In the past few years, Etsy has grown massively. People sell digital products, print on demand, handmade items, templates, planners, and there's a lot of stores that are making thousands and thousands of dollars every month. But if you're only joining up and starting now, how easy is it to make money on Etsy? The platform is a lot more competitive, AI is changing everything, and there are more sellers than ever. So the question is, can you make money with Etsy today? Or has the opportunity already passed? So when most people think of Etsy, they think of handmade products. But Etsy has changed an awful lot over the years. And that's because now there is an awful lot on there. And that includes craft supplies, planners, stickers, Notion templates, printable wall art, wedding products, print on demand and digital products. One of the reasons Etsy became so popular is the fact that you didn't have to manufacture your own products. And some of the biggest categories today are actually just digital. And digital products are probably one of the most attractive Etsy business models right now. And the reason people like digital products is very simple. You create them once and you can sell them an unlimited amount of times. If you're wondering what you could sell, it could be budget planners, fitness trackers, Notion templates, business templates, and Canva templates. Print on demand is another area that's still performing surprisingly well. Again, that's because you don't need any inventory, the products are made after purchase, and there's a very low upfront risk. And of course, there's still an awful lot of handmade and personalised products. And this is where Etsy has a huge advantage over a platform like Amazon, for example. People come to Etsy specifically looking for unique products. Now, why do a lot of Etsy stores fail? Well, especially with stuff like AI, a lot of people sell very generic products. They don't do any keyword research. Again, that makes it very difficult to get any traction and really stand out when there's an awful lot of products on show. And also, poor product images really doesn't help. There's a lot of products on Etsy that just look pretty bad. And also, people do tend to just give up a bit too quickly. You know, people upload 5 products, get no sales after 2 weeks, and just assume Etsy isn't going to work. But again, it's not really a fair test. But speaking of AI, how has that changed Etsy? Well, in terms of the pros, AI can help yourself with product ideas, listing descriptions, SEO ideas, niche research, and content creation. But the cons is that everybody now has access to AI. So AI creates a weird situation. It's easier than ever to start, but it's also easier than ever for everyone else to start too. So AI hasn't necessarily removed competition, it's increased it. So what works these days? How can you really stand out? How can you do well? How can you make money on Etsy? Well, you need niche products, better branding, better listings, consistency, and you need to understand Etsy SEO. The stores that are winning on Etsy today are treating Etsy like an actual business and not just a quick side hustle. So if you're willing to learn product research, SEO, branding, and customer demand, well, that's going to give you an advantage. But because Etsy is so accessible, you can do a lot of testing. You can try a lot of products, especially if you have any design skills or you want to pay a designer to create digital products for you. You can essentially work out how to sell them online and keep putting listings up. But a good way of finding a niche is actually just searching through Etsy yourself. If you type in random ideas, random areas that you might be interested in, you can see what's on offer and what's on show. And this is probably the best way to find gaps in the market. If you can't find something that you're looking for, well, you can make it yourself. The idea is just to work out demand. Etsy is pretty packed with a lot of different ideas and a lot of different products, but it hasn't got everything. If you have any expertise on really anything, you might be able to find a niche just for your own knowledge. Do you have crafting skills? Do you have design skills? And what are you interested in? If you use this to your advantage, you can essentially find an audience that you can understand. Because if the audience is yourself, then you know what you're looking for. And once you've done all that research to find niches, you just need to present them really well. Because if someone's looking at the big Etsy screen of all of these different products, yours just needs to stand out and look better against the one that's next to it. I've got a guide on how you can do this on my Patreon, so if you want to use that, just follow the link below. But once you've worked out the product you do want to use, again, you also need to work out how to market it. And that is partly branding, partly making the listing look good. But using SEO or paid ads or social media to promote products can be really helpful. And a great one to use is Pinterest. And that's because you can link a product directly to a post. So if you're good at making content, you can promote it that way. And the shelf life of Pinterest, they can last for months, the pins that you put on there, and carry on bringing you traffic. You just need to start ASAP so you can start building up that library of content. But how much can you realistically make? Because this is the question that everybody wants answered. In reality, a lot of stores make very little, and some only make a few $100s a month, but some do make thousands. There are products on there that generate tons of money, a singular digital product that can generate $10,000 in a month. These are, of course, at the very top, but it can happen. While there is an element of luck involved, it usually is niche selection, product quality, SEO, and consistency. But your best bet is if you want to start on Etsy, get started now, immediately, and just start doing your research, start generating products, and just give it a go. But let me know your experience on Etsy, and if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.